I will be right back before starting the toy car hockey games. Be right back. Hey guys, it's Grace. Welcome back to the channel. So yeah, first live stream for toy car hockey or video game stuff in quite some time actually, and the reason is because I've just been so super busy with stuff outside of YouTube. I'm not going into full details of it, but I've just been super busy with other more important stuff outside of YouTube, so hopefully you can all understand why I haven't been able to do these live streams as often as I used to. Alright, well, with that out of the way, let's get into the toy car hockey games. I am just going to figure out who's playing who now. Looks like NASCAR is going to play. NASCAR did actually win their first game, and actually, interesting fact for NASCAR, they did not make the semifinals 2 or 3 seasons in a row, I think. I think it was 2 seasons in a row. Yeah, 2024 season 2 and 3. They didn't make it to the semifinals. Because I know last season they didn't, and I know the season before that they didn't either. Well, I know so. It's been like 3 or 4 seasons since NASCAR's made it to the Toy Car Finals, so I know that. And actually, USA might be on road of doing what they did last season. Last season for Toy Car Hockey, they shut out all their opponents in every single game, regular season, playoffs, and the finals. So, yeah, and they've already won their first game against their team they actually went up against in the finals, which was France, and they shut them out 5-0 actually. And yes, France did actually have some shots on goal in that game, so there was no favoring or anything like that going on. What was it? I think 3/4 of the other first games all went into overtime. So 75% of the first 4 games for Toy Car Hockey 2024 Season 4, 75% of them went into overtime. With I know NASCAR won 1, South Korea lost. I believe Italy lost theirs. Italy lost theirs. Japan won theirs in overtime. Italy lost theirs in overtime. South Korea lost theirs in overtime. NASCAR won theirs in overtime, and Sweden won theirs in overtime too. All right. Well, let's see. Who did NASCAR just play? Because I know their game did go on. Oh, and that's right. NASCAR played I think it wasn't Japan, and it wasn't France. It was either Italy or South Korea, one of those teams. Anyways, let's see. NASCAR didn't play. I don't think they played South Korea first, but I could be wrong. Well, it's not Japan, so NASCAR must have played South Korea or Italy first thing. I know that. Oh. I think it was Italy. Yeah, it was NASCAR. NASCAR played Italy. That's what it was. I just remembered it now. They did not play South Korea first. Well, I guess they're going to play South Korea for their second game. I think NASCAR was I think they were away in their first game. So they'll be home in this game. Yep, NASCAR's going to be the home team this game. Wrong one. Or were they home? No, they were home actually. Never mind. They were home. I just realized that. Silly me. I just realized that. Well, slight mistake. When I get to Japan, there is a unfortunate not so spell update that I want to tell you about, but not until that game starts though, or before it starts, that is. I think it was those three that started in the first game. It's going to be these two and him. Alright. Well, these two obviously have to play with him. Alright, well, this game's getting started and underway. And like I said in the description of this live stream, for anyone who is joining it or watching it after it's done, this should get all teams halfway through the regular season of Toy Car Hockey for 2024 Season 4, which is this current season of Toy Car Hockey. That's too far, and yep, they're going to call it 2 minutes delay of game. NASCAR is going to be short-handed. That was a bit too far to play and did not touch any car on their opponent's team. That one's out of play. They're trying to score, but they can't do it quite yet. So we'll say at the 8:45 mark is when that player will be out. Gonna reset their goalie. Ooh, almost, but not quite. And South Korea scores. Well, it's 0-1 South Korea. That's not what NASCAR wanted to have this game start off for the score being. And NASCAR ties it up. It's 1-1. That hit their goalie and went out of play. And he scores. It's 2-1. Second goal of the game for the number 60 team, NASCAR Camaro. Oh, and denied on that one. Oh, that's almost a tripping penalty. And 62 scores again, this time from a really odd angle, but with like one or two defenders not that far away from him. Not much space to get it by, but he gets it by, and it's 3-1 NASCAR now. Oh, that just goes out of play. Uh-oh, can't leave him alone for too long. It's 3-2 now. Both centers are the only two goal scorers for their team so far, I believe. And it's 4-2. Uh-oh. For South Korea, that is. If you're wanting South Korea to do well in Toy Car Hockey this season. Nope, he didn't move the goalie. NASCAR is going to challenge because they're not sure if the goalie was moved fully. I mean, if it's moved slightly, that's fine. Because it could still do a save. But if it's too far out of the way, then it couldn't do anything. So quick break in the game. After further review, call stands goal. Nope, no goal that time. That was almost a goal from pretty much almost the other side of the area. And he scores past both Hyundai. And that's game. NASCAR wins. Germany's going to play that. Germany. Because I know Germany did not play it in their first game. Oh, that's right. Germany played Japan. I just remembered that now. Well, I don't know if Germany wants to play USA. They can't do so free. I guess it'll be Germany versus Italy. One team will finally win their first game. And actually, this is kind of a close, like, when you think about it, for geography point of view, across a border, sort of, in a way, for these two teams. Well, Italy wins. And actually, Italy was in their first game, so Italy's going to be away this time, and Germany's going to be home. I believe these were the three that played in their first game. That moved out of the way. I believe it was these three in their first game. Yes, it was. So it's going to be those two and two. All right. Well, second game starting and underway. That previous game between NASCAR and South Korea was a 5-2 or 5-3 final. I know NASCAR won by 2 or 3 goals in that game. It was 5-3 final. Yeah, NASCAR won by 2 goals in that game. Nope. That Mercedes is really jumpy. He did not move the goalie himself, so that goal will stand. Volkswagen did try to clear, but left a big mistake for Italy. An easy goal before. Whoa! That's another goal for Italy, and it's 2-0 Italy now. In this, European rivalry countries showdown for toy car hockey. All right. 3-0 Italy. My goodness. They're just taking it to Germany right now. That's not good. And Germany finally scores. That jumping Mercedes finally jumps and scores a goal. And it's 3-1 now. That's way too far. 2 minutes delay of game. That's going to probably hurt Italy, but who knows. Oh, was he touching the puck that time when the player moved? They're not sure. Looks like he touched the puck once, but then the second time they're really unsure. Well, good thing it stopped by their goalie. And actually, he's just going to have it out front because we are going to have to review it to see if it is a penalty. Oh, that's not good. It looks like they're coming back with the call now for the penalty warning, if there is one or not. Well, the penalty is under review for whether it's happening or not, which is why it's kind of a warning. After further review, interference has been called. He did actually move him out of the way that time without fully touching the puck, just by a small bit, and that small bit was all they needed to call it. Well, it's 3-2 now. Actually, his penalty should have just ended already a long time ago, because his had just started way after his had ended. Yeah, so he's back in. It's 3-2 now, and it's a 3-2. That's too far. Oh my goodness, and it's his second delay of game penalty. 2 minutes? Delay of game. Well, we're back to 2-on-2 now. That's too far. And they're calling that a delay of game penalty. 2 minutes? Delay of game. And it's 4-2 now. That's not good. Wish one of the penalties could happen, but because we're just going to say there's about, 7 minutes for penalties, so at the 22:40 mark is when my penalties are gone. How did he stop that? Well, it's 4-3 now. This game could go to overtime. Oh my goodness, he got denied. And that's a goal. And we're going to overtime with it being a 2-on-1. That's too far, and that's a penalty for them. And that is counting as a shot on goal, so it's 1-on-1. Well, that's a penalty. Delay of game. But plain as day, outside. And now it's a... Well... It's a 1-on-goaling. Oh my goodness, Italy's goalie wins it for them in overtime. That is so funny, because that would never happen. Well, that's it for that game. Italy wins in overtime. Germany has their second loss. Wait. Oh, that's right, because they... Oh yeah, NASCAR played too. Well, I think it's safe to say that Sweden's going to have to go up against USA and France plays Japan. Yep, that's how it's going to have to go. France plays Japan. I believe USA was... Yeah, their goal was that way, so they will be home this game. And I believe... Well, he did sub in once, but... Didn't these two play along with this one or this one? I don't think both of those played at the same time. No. Because these were subs. It was these three in the first game, so these two will play. Along with him. Alright. Well, USA's ready to go. They're playing Sweden. Sweden can't play. I know it was, this for their first game? Or that? Because I don't think these two... Yeah, those two did not play. Alright, well, this game will be starting right now. Which means France and Japan are the last game for the halfway mark of 2024 season for Toy Car Hockey. I know it's a lot of time saying four in different ways. Got it taken away, wow. And it's 0-2 USA. And it's 0-3. Assist goes to the Lucid and the Mustang. Actually, the Lucid and the Chevy, because the Mustang's the one that scored. He tried to get it away and couldn't. It's 0-4 USA now. Wait, no, it's 0-3 because he has a goal, he has a goal, he has a goal. So everyone in USA has one goal. It's 0-3. Actually, my bad. Oh! Did it just happen? USA's chances of doing a shutout repeat denied. Sweden scores and scores a long-range goal from here. Because the Lucid wasn't defending him that time, probably. Oh, he gets it past the... But can't score. You hit the Lucid and tuck out of play. Well, USA's not going to win that game. Well, we're not sure if they will win this game quite yet. They may or may not after that goal. And it's 2-3 now. USA's allowed 2 goals in this game. That's not a goal. Oh, and it gets taken away, and that's out of play. Oh my goodness, it's 3-3. We're tied. He has all the goals for his team, and everyone in USA has 1 goal. Next goal could be a big one here. And it just goes out of play for USA. My goodness. Well, this game got interesting all of a sudden now. Well, it's 3-4. USA hopes to close the goal-scoring door for Sweden with that one. If they don't win, let's see. Japan would be the next best team to end up going 2-0 then, if that needs to happen. He did not move the goalie, so that goal will stand. The player did, but unfortunately, not enough time for the goalie to reset it because it wasn't caused by the other team's player. No goalie interference will be called. Oh, that's a delay of game. 2 minutes, delay of game. Yeah, that penalty might hurt them. Oh. He got it past the Lucid that time. Oh my goodness. That's his second shot on goal. Oh my goodness, and he's denied on the chance to win. That's a goal, and Sweden wins it in overtime, short-handed. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it, but Sweden wins that game short-handed in overtime, thanks to the Koenig. USA has lost their first game. I had a feeling I was unsure if USA was going to win that game or not, and they end up losing in overtime 5-4 to Sweden. Kind of makes sense because Sweden was 1-0. So was USA, but USA had played the team they just beat from the finals, and not Sweden. Had they played Sweden in their first game, that would have been a completely different story. Well, maybe Japan goes to the finals. Possibly, just depending on how they do come playoff time. Because again, all the regular season stuff, even for the record, doesn't really mean anything until the playoffs happen. I mean, sure, the records do matter if who chooses who's playing who in the wild card games, but after that, besides that, for the records having any impact in toy car hockey, it's really down to the playoffs. And so it's not down to the playoffs, it's down to who plays their game best every time. That's also what it's down to as well for toy car hockey. Yep, car got stuck. Alright, well. Oh yeah, so with Japan, this was the car in question. It did fall down from a tripping penalty caused by someone from Italy's team in their first game. I can't remember who now. But I'll have to keep an eye out on this car and see if it starts shooting well, because if it shoots everything out of play, then it might be done for the season, and that's not good. Or done until playoffs happen. Because that player was pretty good at how quickly it got shots off. I do believe Japan was home in their first game because they played Italy, and Italy was away. Alright, well, this will be the last game of this live stream. So we'll see what happens. I think it was these three that played in the first game. I don't think one of these. This one played in the first game. These two did not, so it's going to be those two. And they did have him sub, but he didn't play the entire start of the game. So, and I believe it was this for their first game. Yes, it was. So it's these two. Along with him. All right. Well, let's see what happens here. Can Japan go 2-0? Because if not, then the only team that goes 2-0 is Sweden, and that wouldn't be good, having only one team be 2-0. But remember, even if all the other teams end up losing somehow, if every team loses after this somehow, everyone would be tied at everyone would be tied 2-2 for their teams in their divisions. That's far, and that's a penalty, delay of game off the bat, 2 minutes delay of game. And it's 1-0 Japan. He needs to realize that he can't trip the player, because that would have been a penalty shot. Oh my goodness, it's 2-0 Japan. We'll say about the 30-minute mark is when their penalty's done. 3-0 Japan. Wow, that Toyota is really good for scoring goals. I think Japan's new rebound team is starting to be promising, as it's 3-0 short-handed. That's out of play, and that's going to cost them badly. One penalty will be expiring in the next minute and 30 seconds now. That is far. Yep, they're calling it, sadly. Another delay of game penalty. My goodness. Does he score? Oh my goodness, he does. 2-on-1 and scores. Wow. Gets the mark. And they finally score, and it's 3-1. Unfortunately, actually, his penalty should have expired, but because of all the penalties happening at once, his penalty will not expire. So actually, that's where he scored 3 goals, and he just scored 1, so it's actually 4-1 correction. That could have been game winner right there. That could have been it too, but nope, out of play. 4-2, they're catching up. 20 seconds till he's out of the box. And it's 4-3, couldn't quite clear it. Uh-oh, not good. And he just scores, and he's just now out of the box. It's a 2-on-2 now, and we're tied 4-4. We're going to overtime with both teams down a player. That's out of play again, and that's another penalty for him. That's not good. Both of their penalties will be done at the 32-minute mark. That's not a goal. I don't know how he stopped that all, but somehow he did. And he's denied. Oh my goodness, and that's game. Japan wins it 2-1. Down 2 players, and they still somehow win it in overtime. I can't believe that happened. But Japan won that game somehow out of the blue in overtime. 2-1. Well, that was what France somehow had a chance to win, but their goal for Japan somehow stops a miracle shot, causing them to apparently not win somehow. Well, that's it for this live stream. Bye everyone, thanks for watching this Toy Car Hockey Fun live stream, and all teams are halfway through their games for 2024 Season 4 for the regular season games, because then after that the playoffs start, but not until everyone chooses who's playing who for the wild card, but that's not until the teams are all 4-0 for Toy Car Hockey. Well, until there's a clear first place for each division, that is. These are the standings right now. If you can't see them, I'll read it. Division Hurricane, Germany's 1-1, NASCAR 2-0, France 0-2, Sweden 2-0. Division Earthquake, USA 1-1, Japan 2-0, Italy 1-1, South Korea 0-2. And yeah, that's it for this live stream. Bye everyone. Thanks for watching and joining. If you weren't able to join this live stream when it was live, you can always watch it later on whenever YouTube has it on my channel, whether it's somehow tonight or tomorrow. You can watch it then. And that's it for this live. Bye. See you all next time in my next live stream or video for toy cars or video game stuff.